Texas is one of the regions most severely plagued by wild boars, making them a major threat to local agriculture. Today, Alan and his friends embark on yet another wild boar hunt. This isn't just a method to control the boar population, it's also an exhilarating activity. Follow along to see if they'll be lucky enough to take down a wild boar. Today, as the group moved along a small river, their boat glided gently through the dense forest. After a period of searching, Rowan, a team member, suddenly froze, his eyes tense, signaling the group to approach. Hidden behind a large tree, Alan adjusted his position for the best view. Through the thick canopy, a surprising sight emerged. Not just one, but an entire herd of wild boars was leisurely approaching. Alan held his breath as a boar stepped into his crosshairs. With a swift pull of the trigger, the bullet shot forward, dropping the target. Instantly, the team fired in unison, bullets erupting in the tense atmosphere, causing the herd to scatter in panic. The hunt delivered the desired results, and tonight, they're sure to enjoy an unforgettable wild boar feast. With each step taken lightly, Alan weaves through the bushes, careful not to make a sound. Reaching a vantage point, he spots the wild boar wading through puddles, nearly blending into the dry grass. It appears highly alert, ready to bolt at any moment. Seeing the opportunity, Rowan fires immediately, the bullet slicing through the air. The shot rings out, and the boar staggers. A second shot follows without delay, and the wild boar finally collapses, completely subdued. The group continues along the forest trail, their eyes keenly scanning for signs of wild boar activity. Jagged hoof prints and churned-up patches on the damp ground stand out clearly. After a period of silent waiting, they suddenly spot a small herd of 3 wild boars, their dark gray fur glinting under the sunlight. Their size is noticeably larger than the typical boars, prompting the team to exercise even greater caution. Alan's heart races as he prepares to take aim. Light footsteps and intense focus create a hushed stillness, broken only by the sound of dense breathing. Finally, as the prey comes clearly into view, he locks onto the target and holds his breath. A single shot rings out, the bullet slicing through the air, and instantly, the wild boar collapses, despite the considerable distance. As the sunset casts its glow, in the fading light, they notice the herd of wild boars frantically digging the ground for food. The boars, with coats ranging from dark gray to mottled patterns, create a chaotic scene amidst the tranquil setting. Kenneth, another team member, with utmost focus, decides to fire at a dark gray boar from a considerable distance. The shot echoes through the still air, but it's unclear at first whether the boar has been taken down. Sensing the tense situation, the entire group fires in unison. In the ensuing chaos, they manage to bring down 2 wild boars, a solid outcome for today's hunt. Unsatisfied with the earlier results, the team's determination grows even stronger as a new herd of wild boars appears. This time, a boar with thick black fur, standing out among the dry grass, catches Alan's attention. As it lingers in the dim twilight, he locks eyes with it in a tense moment. The shot rings out instantly, giving the boar no chance to panic or flee, and another massive prey is brought down. More wild boars keep emerging, relentlessly digging and foraging as dusk settles. Unfortunately for them, today they've crossed paths with a notorious group of hunters. The chaotic sounds of panicked boars fill the air, but Alan gives them no chance to escape. Several shots fire in succession, and one by one, the boars fall among the grass. As night falls, the group heads home with the fruits of an exhilarating day of boar hunting. The wild boars will make a hearty dinner for their families.
Hello everyone! Thank you for always joining me on these challenging and thrilling hunting trips. Every frame is a piece of memory I'll never forget. How about you? What do you feel? Leave in the comments below. Today, I have a new idea, taking you hunting through different seasons across various battlegrounds around the world. Though the landscapes may change, the destructive traces of wild boars are everywhere. Let's not keep you waiting. Here we go. Kicking off with a spring hunting trip in Anatolia, a vast region in western Turkey. The absence of natural predators like wolves or leopards has allowed the wild boar population to spiral out of control. Numerous attacks on humans have been recorded, with the severity escalating. On a high hill, I tread carefully, my eyes scanning for the slightest movement around me. Suddenly, amidst the golden grass, I spot a wild boar resting at me. Gripping my rifle tightly, I pull the trigger. The prey stands upright and bolts. Seizing the moment, I swiftly adjust my aim and fire again. staggers, then collapses to the ground. The first hunt spring is a success. The second battlefield is in Maharashtra, India, a place steeped in the dry, suffocating heat of summer. Here, wild boars not only devastate crops, but also launch attacks, especially in forests near villages. Chilling to think about. I climb a broad, rugged hill, its treacherous terrain perfect for an ambush. Just 10 minutes later, a massive wild boar emerges, weaving through dense bushes. Carefully tracking its movements, I raise my rifle, hold my breath, and pull the trigger. The shot shatters the stillness. The bullet strikes its back, causing the beast to collapse, motionless. A swift, clean kill, leaving the prey no chance to resist. Leaving behind the scorching heat of India, I'll take you to an autumn battlefield in Spain. Did you know that autumn is when cunning beasts become more rampant as they forage to prepare for winter? They often leave the forests at night to scavenge for fallen fruit, roots, or food waste near residential areas and farms. I've chosen the Montes de Toledo, a rugged wilderness where wild boars lurk among the wild grass. From the rustling leaves, a heavy, dark figure emerges, cautiously approaching. Seizing the moment, I pull the trigger. The bullet strikes its throat, causing it to reel back and collapse instantly. Quickly swinging my rifle to the right, another boar appears not far off. A second shot rings out, echoing through the silent hills. The beast staggers, rolls to the ground, and is completely subdued. Winter, the harshest season for any hunting expedition. This time, I'll take you to the rural countryside of Honshu, Japan. Here, an aging population and a dwindling number of traditional hunters have left the region vulnerable. Meanwhile, wild boars are multiplying beyond control. Each year, this area records thousands of crop destruction incidents, along with numerous injuries and fatalities from beastly attacks. On the frigid, snow-covered ground, I spot a herd of wild boars resting. Aiming my rifle at the largest one, I pull the trigger. The bullet strikes its body, causing it to collapse in desperation. The rest of the herd scatters in chaos, abandoning their fallen comrade. Seizing the moment, I fire a second shot. This time, the beast has no strength left to strike. The scene falls silent again, cold and eerie. It's still winter, but this time we head to a different arena. Texas, a land notorious for its relentless clashes between cold-blooded sharpshooters and ferocious beasts. This is one of the territories hit hardest by wild boars, with damages exceeding $1.5 billion annually. Amid snow-covered hills, an alert rings out from the elite hunting dogs ahead. The prey's trail has been spotted. I immediately pick up my pace to close in on the beast. A massive wild boar emerges before my eyes. Without hesitation, I raise my rifle, lock onto the target, and pull the trigger. The shot echoes, tearing through the mountain air, striking true. The beast's colossal frame collapses, sending a faint tremor through the ground as if echoing the sound of this savage monster. The season of these beasts has concluded. How do you feel? Were there moments that left you breathless or silent with suspense? I'm certain this is just the beginning. Battlegrounds around the world await our conquest. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to catch the next heart-stopping showdowns between me and the planet's fiercest predators.
Welcome to an entirely new challenge. Today, we will spend a full 24 hours in the mountains, facing the wilderness and tracking the most powerful wild boars. With rugged terrain, harsh weather conditions, and unpredictable challenges, can we accomplish our mission? The result of this adventure will surely surprise you. Stay tuned until the end of the video to witness the most thrilling moments. The wild boar population in France has increased significantly over the past decades, reaching an estimated 1 million. These animals cause extensive damage to crops and farmland, particularly in Brittany, where compensation for farmers rose from €185,000 to €455,000 in just 1 year. As a result, the government has encouraged hunting activities, leading to a significant increase in the number of hunters, especially among women and young people.
Wild boars are becoming a widespread threat across Europe. From the forests of Spain and to the mountains of Poland and France, they ravage crops, cause accidents, and defy all control efforts. We have gathered valuable food from hunters worldwide who have directly confronted and pursued these beasts in their own territories. Join us as we revisit the most breathtaking encounters on Europe's battlefields, where every shot is not just a test of skill, but a battle of one's primal instincts. Do you know where you are? The first battleground is an ancient forest in Grand Estate, France, where Thomas courageously faced a ferocious beast. Here, thousands of accidents and hundreds of crop destruction incidents are reported annually, particularly affecting corn, barley, grapes, and apples. Amid the dense forest canopy, Thomas Thomas moves cautiously, as wild boars could be lurking anywhere. A faint rustle echoes from the bushes ahead. Suddenly, a boar charges out, as if sensing the rifle closing in. Without hesitation, Thomas raises his weapon, locks onto the target, and pulls the trigger in a decisive moment. The gunshot rings out, shattering the still air. The boar slides across the damp earth and collapses, completely motionless. The second battleground will leave you breathless. In Andalusia, the harsh semi-desert region of southern Spain, a squad of sharpshooters unexpectedly encounters a herd of wild boars attempting to flee across a steep hillside. The scorching climate and rugged terrain make this a survival paradise for the boars. They devastate gardens and even venture into cities to scavenge through trash. Under the blistering sun, the hunters spot the herd just ahead. Lucas, one of the lead sharpshooters, swiftly aims at the alpha. A precise shot strikes the beast's head, causing it to collapse and tumble down the rocky slope below. The herd panics, scattering toward dense bushes. But before they can take cover, a barrage of bullets rains down the slope, each shot echoing sharply, fierce as if signaling the downfall of an entire pack of beasts. Have you ever faced a 200 kilograms beast just a few meters away? If not, this is that moment, a heart-pounding encounter between Phillips and a massive wild boar in the parched grasslands of Abruzzo, Italy, where these creatures not only destroy crops and threaten traffic and livestock, but also spread African swine fever. After nearly 10 minutes of lying in wait among the bushes, a rustling in the dry grass signals the target's approach. The hunting dogs immediately circle, barking fiercely. Phillips grips his rifle, his breath waiting. A colossal beast emerges. Without hesitation, he pulls the trigger, bullet burying deep into the boar's body. Instantly, the dogs charge, locking down the prey, giving it no chance to retaliate or escape. The hunt is complete. Leaving behind the intense battle in Italy, we move to another thrilling hunt. This time, it's Nick and a monstrous beast in the Bieszczady Mountains of southeastern Poland. This wild, densely forested area, nearly devoid of human presence, is an ideal breeding ground for wild boar populations. However, it's also a place where they cause severe damage to corn, cereals, vegetables, and industrial crops, driving up control costs each year. Nick quietly traverses the mountainside, tracking his prey. Then, before him stands a massive wild boar, engrossed in digging through the damp soil, oblivious to the danger closing in. Nick raises his rifle, locks onto the target, and pulls the trigger. The bullet flies true, and the beast collapses. A cold, clean takedown, exactly what you'd expect from a seasoned hunter. The final footage of this journey takes us to the Balaton region of Hungary in the midst of a harsh winter. In this once peaceful area, wild boars have become a nightmare for the precious vineyards, forcing locals to erect electric fences to protect their crops from relentless destruction. Hidden on a snow-covered slope, Paul spots a beast quietly approaching. Unfazed, he grips his rifle tightly, aiming directly at the target. A deafening shot shatters the icy silence. The boar, hit by the bullet, thrashes desperately on the snowy ground, giving the prey no chance to fight back. Paul fires a second shot, decisive and precise. The battle ends in eerie stillness, marking another victory. journey hunting beasts across Europe's battlegrounds concludes here. Which clash impressed you the most? Drop a comment below to let us know. Countless more thrilling encounters await. Like and subscribe to catch every heart-pounding hunt. Winter is always the harshest test for any hunt. It's not just the bone-chilling cold or treacherous terrain, but the prey itself, silent, wary, and more unpredictable than ever. In such conditions, every encounter is taught as a bowstring, where a single mistake comes at a steep cost. Today, join me as we revisit the most thrilling moments where courage, speed, and precision are the keys to victory. The showdown between hunter and beast in the region hunting season officially begins. The winter hunt begins in the Pindus Mountains of Greece, a rugged, sparsely populated region that serves as a paradise for wild boars. They emerge at dawn or dusk, silently weaving through the slopes to forage. Crossbreeding with free-roaming domestic pigs has made the species proliferate rapidly, becoming more resilient and harder to control than ever. Since before dawn, my team and I have been stationed on the mountainside, ready for a day of tracking the beast. In the thick fog, a cautious black boar appears, advancing to within mere steps of us. I hold my breath, raise my rifle, lock on the target, and pull the trigger. The gunshot tears in the silent air, and the prey collapses, tumbling down the rocky slope before lying completely still. A bold opening shot to kick off today's hunt. What would you do when a bloodthirsty beast charges straight at you? Flee in panic? Or stand your ground and face it head-on? That's exactly the feeling I experienced during the heart-pounding hunt in Anatolia, the vast region spanning western and central Turkey. With its forested mountains and wild grasslands, this land is a paradise where wild boars can thrive, unchecked by natural predators like even forest on a tracking mission. A boar charging directly toward me. The frantic barking of the hunting dogs pierces my ears, signaling imminent danger. Steadying my breath, I raise my rifle, aim squarely at the beast's head, and pull the trigger without hesitation. The bullet strikes true, hitting the right spot. The monster collapses, thrashing in desperation before being completely still. A life-or-death moment I'll never forget. Just yet, another fierce battleground awaits us in the Kızılcık Mountains of Ankara Province, central Turkey. With its rugged terrain, dense forest cover, and temperate climate, this region is an ideal stronghold for wild boars, especially in spring and fall. They're cunning, resilient, and always ready to strike back at any moment. During a long-range ambush, I took down a massive beast, but as I approached to inspect my trophy, the monster suddenly sprang back to life, charging me like a phantom. Acting on instinct, I stepped back, raised my rifle, and pulled the trigger. The fatal shot ended its final cunning resistance. An unexpected, perilous moment, wouldn't you agree? Now, join me as we venture into a hunting hotspot in the snow-covered Vosges Highlands of France. This region stands out with its vast, dense forests, rugged terrain, and frigid winter climate. As a result, wild boars thrive here, lurking among the thick foliage, rarely disturbed by heat. It's no surprise that this area frequently reports traffic accidents caused by boars suddenly darting across roads. Since the break of dawn, I've been lying in wait on a high mountain. As the light becomes just clear enough, a herd of boars silently passes within my rifle's range. Seizing the moment, I lock onto my target, raise the barrel, and pull the trigger decisively. The prey drops with a thud instantly, sending the rest of the herd into a panicked frenzy, scattering in all directions in a desperate bid to escape the next strike. What a chaotic scene. The final hunting ground today is a snow-draped hill in the Apennine Mountains of Italy, a place that has seen significant damage from wild boars, from ravaged crops and traffic accidents to the looming threat of African swine fever. I had an unforgettable beast hunting experience here. The bone-chilling cold didn't deter me. With each step leaving deep prints in the snow, I ventured deeper into the forest. Soon, a massive black shadow emerged silently from the white canopy, swiftly moving toward me. Unshaken, I steadied my rifle and fired decisively. The prey collapsed, tumbling a few times before lying lifeless on the pristine snow. A perfect end to this frigid pursuit. These hunts in the harsh winter close with no shortage of suspense, tension, and heart-stopping moments. Every trigger pull was a mental duel between the man and the wild. I hope these battlegrounds left an impression. Don't forget to like and subscribe to join me on the next hunting adventures.